That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, 'cause I can't wait much longer. Hey everybody, Brandon Bordanson, CEO and founder of Seamless Contacts. Today I want to talk to you about sales quota killers. These are the things in sales that will absolutely kill you from accomplishing your quota. And the first sales quota killer is no prospecting. Look, we all know you can't be successful in sales if you're not prospecting. If you don't have the contacts, you're not filling the pipeline with qualified sales contacts, you're not reaching out to them via calling, emailing, and social selling, you need to make sure you're prospecting. Prospecting is probably 80% to 90% of everything you need to do in sales to be successful. So that's one of the top sales quota killers. The next sales quota killer, bad attitude. Guys, come on, you gotta have a positive attitude. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're doing in sales, you need to have a positive attitude. No one appreciates a bad attitude. Your boss doesn't appreciate a bad attitude. Your peers and employees don't appreciate a bad attitude. Your CEO doesn't appreciate a bad attitude. Your clients don't appreciate a bad attitude. Your wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, anyone you interact with, no one wants to hear a bad attitude. No one wants to be around anyone with a bad attitude. So don't bring a bad attitude to work in sales. It's going to kill you from reaching your sales quota. And that's one of the sales quota killers that we here at Seamless Contacts avoid. There's no negativity allowed here. Third sales quota killer, no goals. Guys, you have to have income goals and you have to have sales goals. Figure out if you want to make $1 million this year in sales, put that on the board and figure out what is these sales activities that you need in your sales funnel to make $1 million. So let's say you've got a $100,000 average order value. You want to make $1 million this year in income. Okay, $100,000 average order value. And, you just go down the funnel. If I close X amount of deals, then that will reach me to my $1 million target. So to close those amount of deals, how many prospects do I need to be prospecting every day, every week, every month? So make sure you have goals. Make sure you have income goals, you have your sales quota goals. And if you don't have any goals and you're goalless, that's going to kill you. That's going to be a sales quota killer for you. Because what we see is if you have no goals and you're not measuring to accomplish your goals, you're never going to hit any targets. You don't even know what the target is. So make sure you're there figuring out what your goals are and doing everything you can every day, every week, every month to hit those targets. The next sales quota killer is laziness, pure laziness. And I refer to laziness as just not doing what it takes to hit your goals. If you should be doing 50 emails, 50 calls, 50 social touches a day, and you're doing 20, that's pure laziness. In 15 minutes, I can make 20 calls, 50 calls, 25 calls, like boom, 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 boom. Anyone can. Like if you're not doing what you need to do to hit your targets on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, then that's just pure laziness. And that leads us to our next sales quota killer, which is excuses. I'm sure you've ran into these types of people. I run into them all the time. It's the people that always have excuses. Oh, I can't lose weight because I'm big bone. Oh, I can't hit my sales quota because the product sucks, or the client doesn't get what I'm trying to tell them, or our price is just too expensive. These are all excuses. These are all bullshit excuses that you are using to avoid what you need to do to be successful. Stop leveraging excuses as sales quota killers and assume responsibility for everything. Okay, if the client does not understand the value and wants a lower price, how can I create the value to command the price that we need to offer this at? Because our company, our team, is not going to lower prices. Assume responsibility. Instead of making excuses for why you're only doing 20 outbound sales touches and you should be doing 100, figure out what you need to do to hit 100. Maybe you need to block Facebook because looking at the memes and the stupid videos aren't going to help you accomplish your sales targets. Maybe you need to block news sites, which aren't going to help you. Reading the news is not going to help you hit your sales quota. Reading the news is not going to help you reach out to more prospects, engage them, educate them, showcase your value on your product and why they need to be doing business with you. Assume responsibility. Don't make excuses. No one wants to hear an excuse. An excuse is just a reason why you're not doing something that you need to do or should be doing or should be figuring out. So don't use that. It's a sales quota killer. Anytime you hear yourself making an excuse as to why you're not achieving something, immediately think, what am I doing wrong, or what can I do differently to not use an excuse and accomplish my goals? And then, the next one, the next sales quota killer is you don't believe in your product and you don't believe you're making a difference for your client with your product. Guys, if you're selling a product that you don't believe changes your clients' lives by making them money, saving them money, expanding their business, hiring more people, whatever it is that your product or platform or solution does for your clients, then you shouldn't be selling it, period. You don't want to be the wolf of Wall Street selling garbage to a client that's going to screw them over. You need to find a product and believe that it will make a difference, that it will change your clients' lives. And when you do that, you won't have this sales quota killer. Like, you can't, if you don't believe in your product, how are you going to convince your client to believe in your product? How are you going to convince investors to believe in your product? How are you going to convince, exhibitors, whatever it may be? How are you going to convince anyone, future employees, future clients, future investors, future partners, future press releases, whatever it may be? You're not going to be able to convince anyone if you don't believe in your product. So you got to believe in your product, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to convince other people to believe in it and buy it. And that's a top sales quota killer. And then the last 2 to 3 sales quota killers are more actually personal. I consider, excessive alcohol as a sales quota killer. If you're always drinking and doing drugs, alcohol and drugs are big sales quota killers. I know a lot of great salespeople that when they got stressed, they did a lot, they drank a lot of alcohol or drugs, and that's a sales quota killer. Avoid that garbage. Get it out of your system. Don't do it. Avoid it at all costs, because it's just going to hamper your ability to wake up every day, crush your daily activity, your weekly activity, your monthly activity. And then lastly, sales quota killer is just your overall health. You got to be working on optimizing your health, optimizing your eating, your exercising, whatever that may be. Because if you're not healthy, if you don't feel healthy, if you're not healthy, how are you going to wake up every day, go to work? And in a sales job, you have to grind 24/7. Sales is the hardest career in the world, because every day you have to wake up like an athlete and give it your all. Sales calling, sales emailing, social selling, prospecting, pitching, closing. Every day you have to leverage your body like an athlete to crush your sales activities. In Salesforce, you're going down the list: calls, emails, social touches, direct messages, Twitter touches, personalized messages. All this stuff requires so much demand on your body, on your focus, on your intelligence, on your motivation, on your energy. And how are you going to be able to do that if you're not healthy, if you're not in a good space, if you're not eating well, if you're not exercising? So make sure you take care of your body, you take care of your mental attitude, because that could be a sales quota killer. So today I just wanted to share at a high level, these 10 sales quota killers, or 8, I don't know how many there are. No prospecting, bad attitude, no goals, laziness, making excuses, no daily activity, consistent daily activity. You don't believe in your product, alcohol, drugs, and health. So guys, avoid these sales quota killers so that you can make every day your biggest and best yet. Avoid these at all costs, and I guarantee you will have a phenomenal year and you'll crush your quota. I'm Brandon Bornanson, CEO and founder of Seamless Contacts. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you found this of value. I'd love to hear in the comment section below strategies that you leverage to avoid sales quota killers. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching. Talk soon.
Said a hustler's work is never through.